Well, everybody, how y'all doing? Old Big Jim's coming at y'all from the bog, located here in South Mississippi. That was upside down and backwards, wasn't it? That's right, like this. Look at that. Look at Milo with Max on there. There's something wrong with them kitties, I'm going to tell you right now. Anyway, I got up this morning and got a text message from the cable company that they were going to be doing maintenance. So that means I ain't got no internet. In the bigger scheme of things, I ain't got no Wi-Fi. So kind of hard for me to get anything done around here. Now, I guess I'm not a prisoner to the Wi-Fi. I mean, if I could, well, I don't know if I could or not, because I mean, you can go sit down in Wendy's here in town and use their Wi-Fi. They got a laundromat up there. You can go sit outside and use their. But I ain't about that. I ain't into all that running around, jumping around, doing all that. But I guess I could have went and sat in Wendy's and got me one of them double bacon cheeseburgers and done y'all a video right there. But anyway, so I don't know what they're gonna do. But then all of a sudden, about I don't know, 11:30, it come a gully washer. I'm talking about it ain't over yet. Of course, I know y'all didn't come for the weather either, but we got 60% chance all day, and we got about 45% of that there in about an hour and 15 minutes. So that, I guess, shut the cable company's effort down to get the cable, whatever they were doing. And so the cable came back. It was supposed to be 8 hours, which would have put me at about, 3 or 4 o'clock, about like right now before I got it going. But by the time the cable came back on, or the Wi-Fi came back on, and then I'm sitting there, I'm thinking about what I'm going to do. And, of course, I watched 15 videos, and every time I watch one, I say, well, darn, I'll do that. And, darn, I'll do that. Well, no, I didn't do none of that. But I did come up with a little something for y'all. And we're going to see if I can get the right information. Now, I believe that this gentleman right here started the Frosty Friday. That's old Stan the Man at Stan's Collector's Universe. He is the chairman, CEO, chief operating officer, chief executive officer, the founder, and the owner of Stan's Collector's Universe. Yes. Wait a minute. Nanu. No. May the force be with you. Anyway, so we're going to do a little Frosty Friday. But before we do that, I had a little package come in the other day, and I been needing to talk about it. But the gentleman that sent me this package is not in the country. He is on a vacation, a well-deserved and planned vacation that him and his family have been planning to do since COVID. They had originally decided to do it, and then, a month before, or a couple of weeks before the trip was to go off, his family they canceled it because of concerns with COVID. Whether you believe it was a plot or whether you believe it was an imagination of the government or whatever you thought it was, all that don't matter. That's all water under the bridge, and we ain't looking down creek, we're looking up creek. So, but anyway, he's over there now, and from what I understand, he is enjoying himself immensely. And more power to you, brother. But who's old Big Jim talking about? Well, if you ever been to Fort Rural, South Carolina, you might have heard of this guy, Stephen Jeffries. Now, Stephen Jeffries is a leather maker, a knife authority, a knife tuber, an artist, And he's like A-Dub. The first time me and him had a conversation, I told him that he's got the eye. Now, in my world, my mama had the eye. My daddy didn't. I might have it, but I can come up with some artsy looking things here and there, and all that kind of stuff. But mainly I'm doing posing stuff. Putting a brick right here or something like that. But I mean, Stephen Jeffries, one time he did a thing with a stump. It was just a stump had some ivory growing on it. Next thing I know, man, he's bringing in the sun's going down in the background. He's got some kind of bad pocket knife sitting up on the thing with a, he's got the. I don't know how he does all that, but he can see stuff that I can't see. So that's why he's got the eye. I mean, I knew the stump had ivy on it, and I could probably name the ivy and all that kind of stuff, but I didn't see it as an opportunity to do a short about a pocket knife. And but that's what I'm saying, man. And Stephen Jeffries he's got it going on. But we did a little trade, and he made a comment. All the time I have people comment. They'll say, "Man, I like that." And in this case, he said, "Boy, I like that stock one. That thing's pretty well, in my comment." So I texted him and said, "All right, Stephen, I've been to send you that stock one." Now, I don't know if he got it before he went on vacation or not. It don't matter. Ain't got nothing to do with it. He mailed his box the week of his trip, and I got it. I've had it for a few days. I ain't gonna lie to y'all about none of that. But in that box was a couple. Normally I outdo old Steven. Me and him, we ain't got no battle going on or nothing. But he'll send me something, I'll send him something. But I always try to outdo him because he has really put out an effort for being him to, we like I say, we G-haul on a couple of levels. Music, like I say, we G-haul pretty good. But anyway, the first thing I pulled out of this box was this little beauty right here. Okay? Now everybody looks at that going, "Man, that's a sodbuster, black sodbuster." Man, no, it's not. This is Robert Claus. Okay? You can see that thing stamped Robert Claus. Now, this knife is made in Germany. And it's hard. I'm pretty sure y'all not going to be able to see it, but right down here it says Germany. And the name of the knife is called the Black Angus. And just a fine. I had one of these at one time, but I either sold it or gave it away. I don't know. I don't have one now. But if you're a Saudi guy and you don't have a Black Angus, I mean, you get an Imperial, you get a case. You can buy. These are all over the place. The regular sodbuster you get from case have a drop point, and this was a sticky. But you know what? See if I can get y'all some acoustics. Not too bad. Anyway, that's a wonderful knife, and it's in my collection now, and it's not going anywhere. So, Robert Claus, y'all check him out, man. He was a designer. He's like Stephen Jeffries. He had the eye, but he was on the other side of the German. He was on the East German side of during World War One, and he designed all the daggers that the SS toted around, and some of those are worth tens of thousands of dollars. Y'all might have checked that out. But anyway, old Steven, man, I'm gonna tell you, y'all know I love Saber knives from Japan, and they have two or three different lines that came from Japan, and one of them are mother of pearl. And Steven, equal end jack. Look at that. Look at that. See that steel? I keep telling you about this carbon steel that comes from Japan. All right. They took the old military stuff, melted it all down, and turned all that into knives after the war. You know, all this surplus that was left over there, they took that steel, and they had a repatriation thing where the U.S. would invested money into their economy to develop products, and one of the things they made were knives, and that's where these Saber's knives came from. Now I'm gonna see if I can get y'all a little acoustics on this one. It's a little 3 1/4 inch. Hear that snap? A little 3 1/4 inch. But the tang stamp right there says Saber Japan. I wish I could. I don't never know. I guess I'm gonna have to file a information claim with Brother Dan Edwards, see if he'll release whether I'm getting the tang stamps in there good enough. Yeah. This is a 676 jackknife. It's 3 1/4 inches long. Just a beautiful knife. And I don't have any of these mother of pearls. Now, I've got all the Delrin and I've got most of the bones. But I've been kind of slacking off on my Saber Japan knives. I got a checklist, and there's about 8 or 9 of them I need to find. I don't even know if I can find them or not. But that's a winter chicken dinner right there. Okay, and then now the knife we traded for. And I'm going to read y'all a line. He sent me a note, you know. The main thing on the back, it says, thank you for being a friend, signed Stephen Jeffries, and it has Barlow Madness. And then underneath it, he has some hieroglyphics that I'm not familiar with. And I feel sure I'll get an explanation on that when he gets home. I feel sure they're Native American because he is a Native American person. Not a person, but a Native American. That's his lore. He likes to explore, and he's big into that genre of collecting things, you know. And there's no greater example of that than what I'm fixing to show y'all. But the knife that we traded, he said, I didn't want to send this baby girl out into the world naked. And that's Neekid. Naked. 100% is what it says behind that. So, unreal, y'all. And this is the part of the video where there's a few things that I would do talking about Stephen Jeffries. So I think I'll just go ahead and do it. Did I mention to y'all that Stephen Jeffries is a beast? Anyway, the knife that we traded is a vintage Rough Rider. It's a trapper pattern. Y'all look at that. Look at the bone on that. I know all about your case knives and the red bone and all that, but can you get any more prettier than that? Look at that. I ain't done nothing to this. It's just the way he sent it to me. And the next thing about this knife y'all need to know, it's RIDER. Okay? So that means it's vintage. And easy open. Razor. See how it sticks up right there? You catch that on your pants leg, pull that back. Normally I would take grime, make that thing a little more pronounced and all that, but not this one. Let me get y'all that shield in there. Okay, that's the horseshoe seal, and it says RIDER. Look at this clip blade. I'm gonna tell you how old this one is. Now I don't know if he collected these, but it has the script RIDER, and you'll notice it says stay sharp. I'm sorry, it says 440 razor sharp, but there's no part number. It just says Chanika. I know I'm not being a very good host because this thing, well, I hate the term fingerprint magnet. I'm gonna sit here. I didn't this one, but I'm gonna sit here and polish a knife for an hour and then complain because it's got fingerprints on it. Absolutely stunning, y'all. Just a beautiful pocket knife. Just a beautiful pocket knife. I can promise you that in there, right around the corner there, where my little stand-up recording studio is, I got a folder that's got all my razor knives in it, and this one will be put into that folder and to never leave. Okay. Stephen Jeffries. You need some leather work, he ain't hard to find. Can't go wrong with Stephen Jeffries. All right, look at him. Look at it. This was a mistake, he told me. He said, now I've had this slip ever since Ellaville, okay? And he said he wasn't happy with the way it turned out, and I have toted this thing until my eyes are crossed. Got a Boker Barlow in it today. Beautiful. That red bone cover. Might be Delrin. I don't know. Don't care. It's beautiful. And it's Boker. German. Tree brand. Anyway, Stephen Jeffries, guys. Y'all know. Y'all already know. All right, let's get into the Frosty Friday. I already got 17 minutes. We're gonna get in here and get old Stan happy. First, I pulled this knife out and looking for a couple of Frosties to put on y'all. I pulled this out and I started coon fingering it pretty heavy, and made a couple of discoveries about it. This is I may have shown this one to y'all before, but I don't think so. Not in this condition. Anyway, this is a swayback Stockman in green bone. Okay, and it's a Frost. Now, there's no way y'all can see that shield, but see that round shield? And on that shield it says 1972 to 2001, Chattanooga, Tennessee. Now, I don't know the significance of that. I don't have any idea. I put on my Google and tried to look it up, and I got lots of knives back with different things about frost cutlery on it, but I didn't find anything to do with it. I didn't go to all about pocket knives. I probably should have, but like I say, I was in there waiting for the cable to come on, and done use my 4G allotment up. So, but anyway, y'all look how that thing is beautiful. I mean, I like green. Now, green's one of my favorite colors, but that son of a gun is pretty. But it's a very unusual knife, okay? Not only was the shield unusual, but the got a clip blade, okay, regular old clip blade, but on the blade, not embossed, but stamped, it has some concrete company, Sequatchie Concrete Service, Okay, and that's stamped into that blade. So somebody spent some money on this. They spent some money on this knife. I mean, even Frost back then, because you just don't do a special run of stamped blades like that unless you mean it. Okay, but that's a beautiful clip blade, California clip, for lack of a better term, but it's a clip blade. All right, and then the secondary blade is a big old peanut butter spreader stay blade. Look at that with the matte striped nail nick. Feel like that ain't in focus, guys. Anyway, or maybe I'm not in focus. But that's a big old peanut butter spreader right there. I'm going to tell you what. All right? Now listen to this. All right, and then the third blade, which is, this is what I find unusual about this knife, the most unusual thing about it. Is the third blade is actually a Turkish clip. Skinner, I call that, anytime you got that little thing like that, Turkish, Arabian, you know, I always get that, the eunuch sitting out in front of a guy's harem, you know, guarding the harem. But see with that sway back, see how that got a pretty good downward angle on it. I mean, it's an unusual knife, very unusual. But very solid. This sun gun is heavy, and little old blade. So I just don't know that much about that pocket. I wish I could tell you. I mean, I know a lot about Frost cutlery and all that kind of stuff, but that pocket knife right there, I can't tell you a whole lot about it because I just don't know. How about that? I mean, I know that I know. I mean, when the information would come up, I would probably recognize what it is, where it is, and all that. But all right, we got one more Frosty. This is one I was going to show y'all last week, but I didn't. You know, something happened. Oh, I know what it was, and we're going to get into that too. This is a Choey River Granddaddy Barlow. There's your part number, your information on that. It says, first quality polished stainless steel blade, nickel silver bolster pins, brass liners, brown red turtle bone handle with a fly rod shield. Hope y'all got, I was looking down, I hope y'all got all that. But look at we'll give it a complimentary rub here. Look at here. Turtle shell bone handle. That son gun is pretty, and this is going right in my granddaddy box. I always get that upside down and backwards. Let's do it this way. Look at that, boy. That's just pretty bone right there. Just pretty. Got that Choey River. Got the fly rod shield. Got the fly on it. Yep. That tang stamp, got the fly on the tang stamp there. Got the same thing on the back. Half stop. But that, I don't care who you are, man. If you like Granddaddy Barlows, you need to look up, find you one of these. This one's for real. It's solid. Choey River. Y'all know there's over 200 brands in the Frost lineup? 200. Everything from counting crows to kissing bulls and back. They got them out there. I'm going to tell you, E.C. Simmons. You need a pocket knife, man. You look up Frost Cutlery. Or really, it's best to find a list of all of them and look them up by their name. But I haven't been able to find a PDF that I can download that's got them all in there. What about Tobias Gibson's got one? I have to go by and send him an email. Anyway, old Big Jim, I just threw something together for y'all. I hope y'all have a great Friday. I'm gonna see if I can find the boys, get them in here before the next rain comes through here. I don't want them to get blown away by some thunderstorm and float away down the gutter out there. I miss my cats a whole lot, I can tell you that. I'd miss both of them. Anyway, old Big Jim, glad y'all come by. I love each and every one of y'all. All of y'all have a great Friday evening. I hope y'all are all blessed. And we'll see y'all. Maybe we'll throw something together tomorrow. All right. Y'all have a great evening. Rule number 9.